Hello everyone and welcome to Myra Studio Sketch Club. My name is Izzy, next to me is my dad Jason, and just behind us is my mom Cindy. Tonight we'll do two 10-minute sketches. Just be loose and have fun. Before we get started, my dad will take a few minutes to talk about his approach before sketching starts at 7.
Hello everybody. Anybody need a little break? About 25 minutes of a break, and you can go back to whatever you were doing. I can't imagine what that would be. But so tonight we're going to work on two that we started on Sunday, just 5-minute starts. So let's hop right in there. Hey Grandma, how's it going? Good to see you.
There's Lucy.
So you'll like the ones we're working on tonight. So let's see, let's jump over to the iPad. There we go. So this is our first one. So let's remember what the big pieces are. We want to see it simply. Just the head is a big oval. And look, you got to include that belly. And then he's got these skinny little arms because he's just a baby. Just a baby. And then if we're looking at the shadow will be something like that. And I'll talk a little bit more about the light and shadow here in just a minute. And then of course where we'll focus, there'll be a lot of activity, so we'll want to go a little bit stronger around the eyes and the nose just to help to get the focus there. Alright, so let's talk just a minute about form. So if we come in here, scoot him over there. So, yeah, right in his armpit. That's where I want to be. Alright. Oops. Okay, so, oops, that's a little too big. This side right here will be shadow, so if the light's coming like this, it's coming from down like that, we're going to shadow. So you see the mouth, you've got the similar, even on the eye right here, you've got shadow. You've got shadow through here, and of course the darks. And the darks, and then that will, as you get larger and larger, look, we got light that turns to shadow, hard edge, light, soft edge turns to dark, and then we got light that's going to turn to dark. So these little things are just repetitions of that light-dark pattern. Can you guys see that? This turns over and under. This turns over. We're facing up. We're turning down. Okay, but just less and less and less. So it's a repeating pattern. Okay, you see it here as we turn under. We got the shadow. As we turn under, we got the shadow. As we turn under, we get the shadow. And of course, this is a cast shadow from the head. So those are some things to think about or try to capture as you do our friend George here tonight. She didn't, Susan didn't rename him, did he? Did she give us a name for George?
I think she kept with George.
Okay. And then our second one that we'll be working on is a landscape. This is a photo that my uncle, very talented man, took, and it's of his property. And the basic things I talked about on Sunday were the general circular. See how these let go and then they grab down here. So that circular composition. And then as you develop this, and there's not a lot of time, but think about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've got our initial grass. We've got the next layer of grass. We've got the dock. We've got the water and light. We've got the dark. And then we've got some clouds. And then we've got light. Right? So there's a pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that we're going to be able to run through that circular composition. Okay, does that make sense? Because all we've got is our dark gray and light, the tone of our paper, so we got to do something about it. But I'll use those elements to suggest distance and show distance in there. Okay, and then how you treat those elements will determine whether that's what it looks like or not. Look at that, 7 o'clock. It's time to go. Is anybody ready to sketch? Or are you guys just escaping some other fate? Let's see. All right, well, why don't we get started? Are you ready, Iz?
Yep.
All right, Cindy, you ready?
Yeti.
Should we hit the gas? No? All right.
I was just telling Mom about that.
Uh-oh, it took away. Oops.
Took away
What?
the picture.
No, there he is. It's just delayed a little bit.
Do we need you for Mama?
No, no. This is wait, is this Phil Meyer Studio or just the
Yeah,
sketch club?
Meyer Studio.
Yeah, no, I'm not having this on the internet.
It was golden.
All right,
Hey,
Tom's
Tom.
ready. We need somebody who's ready. We need. Hey, where'd you go? I added him to the broadcast, but I
Because
can't see
remember,
him.
he went into the corner.
Did he go down here?
See?
Yeah.
Oops. There he is. Get some housekeeping. All right. So there's one of us that's ready tonight. Let's go. So we're gonna do the.
Mom's sketching.
Excellent. Excellent. Yep. I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to paint a little orangutan? Hmm. Somebody's had laughing gas, I think.
Yeah, that's exactly what I have.
Again, slow down. Give yourself a chance to warm up. What I'm doing here is I got the dark of the eyes. I want to get a highlight on there, just to make sure that's the most. We want more to less if we can. More to less. That's what's going to make an interesting drawing. What's wrong with you?
I don't know. it's
Start with this one. It doesn't mark as dark.
Oh.
All right, so just again, I'm just looking for these general big forms right now. I'm not even too worried about is it looking exactly like him. Remember, these are quick sketches. These aren't formal portraits.
Shakti just joined. She called me.
Hey,
Hi, Shakti.
hello, Shakti. Good to have you here. So we're gonna do 2 tens tonight, and we borrowed George from Susan for one of them.
Let me see your head.
My head just be like, whoop.
I need the spotlight.
Ah. Imagine something in the rolly chair just pushes chair.
Almost running out of here.
Catch you on the flip side.
So I'm not being real definite with the form because we do want it to have some soft edges, like with that little orangutan hair he's got going on. I don't think that looks like baby orangutan hair to me. I don't know. Makes them
Fuzz.
nice and soft. Yeah, a little more fuzz than hair. There you go. That's right. And a lot of times we don't have time to worry about too many specifics. But since the eyes are such a big deal, you know, can you get those right? Are they really circles? Are they a little more almond? Are they almond at the ends? How's the inside of those look? Hey, Susan.
Hi, Susan.
We're just saying I took your little guy for the sketch club this week. Sketch club. So for you guys who weren't on Facebook too much, there's a picture of Susan floating around in the in her days. So hopefully she's not too embarrassed. We've all done things, but she's in a very compromising position
Nice.
with a big kimono dragon. So it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Right, you want this guy smiling at you, right? They're always cuter if they're smiling. I think anyway. And then yeah, as I go over, this is the shadow side, and as I go over this, notice the marks I'm using? A little bit more like heck.
Yeah.
I was just kidding you. For those who hadn't seen, I was trying to paint a picture for their imagination, Susan.
Oh, we were at the zoo and we saw a monkey like this, and there was a bigger one that came behind it, and the other one was sleeping. He just went bop.
Oh. I bet Susan has a few stories about animal mischief. So, yeah, the picture of her with the dragons when she used to work at San Diego Zoo. So, seems like a lot of fun. I bet you have a ton of stories.
That'd be so cool.
So, if you have more animal pictures, you'll have to share some of them with us. I'm sure you do. And we got to make a trip out to your place to get some horse pictures.
Horses.
Some, what was it? Welsh, right?
The one that hooks up the carriages.
It's Welsh.
That's-
Draft horse.
Ow.
Okay, so how's your guys' looking?
Weird.
Weird. Couple more minutes. Yeah, right on. So Susan says for sure. A Welsh
Welsh
cob.
cob,
Welsh
that's right.
cob. Okay.
Okay, you're gonna think Welsh and have salad.
I get partial credit, right?
Yeah,
No.
you got the Welsh.
If you
Zero.
kind of move out of the way of the horse kicking
Failed.
you, you only get partially kicked.
No.
Does it only partially hurt?
You go flying through space and time.
So I hope you're giving yourself a chance with this little sketch, you know, when the stakes aren't so high, to try making some different marks, moving the pencil in ways you're unfamiliar with, right? It's a time for exploration too. So it's just not about trying to get things great all the time, but it's about exploring and finding. Yeah, we need some belly. We need some belly on that little baby.
You know what I just thought of?
What's that?
You said exploring and finding it, and then Curious George.
Curious, yeah. Yeah, am I sticking to a Curious George theme without even knowing it?
Mm-hmm.
So, you're going to be going to middle school next year,
Yeah.
and Susan has already volunteered that if you ever have any science questions, you could ask her. So, I would keep in touch with Susan if I was
will.
you.
Izzy loves science.
Yeah,
Yeah. I like the experiments.
these the experiments, yeah.
those are-
The hands-on, yeah.
Minus the fact that my science team last year just wouldn't listen, and we'd end up something blowing up. But I mean, other than that, it's pretty fun.
Well, at least the bill didn't come home to mom and dad, so it all worked out. It all worked out.
We only ate a couple poisonous things.
Mhm. Hey, how you guys doing? I think we're running a little low on time here. It goes by fast. But again, that helps us stay loose and not get too caught up in it. Let's see if we can have that. I'd be probably the best science tutor in the world, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have your own personal science teacher to brag about.
So what I'm doing now, even at this stage, I saw that arm was way off, and so I redrew it. Again, it's more about exploring right now than about getting anything right. Be loose, be kind to yourself. I think we could all stand to be a little kinder to ourselves. Just for fun. Just for fun. Right? And look how just the suggestion of hair, it doesn't take much, and it really starts feeling like little baby fuzz. Is that what we decided it was? Fuzz?
Peach fuzz.
Peach fuzz.
It's those annoying hairs in the front of your.
I don't know.
They won't decide on a length.
I guess for a baboon, that looks a little. That'd be one thick peach fuzz. I don't know if I'd eat a peach that was that fuzzy. I don't know. And when the cast shadow falls on the belly, I didn't get a good job, but if you'll have that shadow follow the form of the belly, it'll work a lot like a contour. Yeah, Susan says he's so cute. Yeah, he's like, how could you not fall in love with that little guy? Oh man. Oh man, but something tells me he's capable of mischief. I bet he could get into a little bit of mischief. Millie wants to get into some mischief.
She's like, why do you never talk about me? You're talking about all these other animals.
So if you guys are happy with what turns out, again, share it in the comments here in Meyer Studio. We'd love to see them. Love to see them trying to grow the audience on this channel just a little bit for some of these demos. For you, those of you in class, I posted I had to touch up a little painting that was just sold, some scratches and stuff on it, and I recorded that, and things actually went pretty smoothly, so the recording's only about 20 minutes. But I give it a good oiling out and check for the glare and a little touch up, and I think it's ready to go. And we finish it by seeing what's going to look like in the frame.
Wow.
So if you have a chance, check it out. You were busy just like having fun and goofing off like a permanent summer, huh?
How's your George coming?
My George?
Her
Yeah.
George is super cute.
Funky.
Super
Oh,
cute.
cute.
This may have been the one I forgot to
Time yourself on?
uh-oh. You know what, guys?
Is that the 20?
Yeah, it looks like we're going to work on this guy for 20 minutes tonight. I grabbed...
The wrong piece of
Oh
evidence.
no, am I about to change... Here, we'll see. We'll see.
He's confusing himself here.
I am. There's a lot to keep track of. Okay, so you guys got to let us know. We can, if this isn't the 20-minute, we'll have a choice of this little guy for Thursday night or of the landscape. If this turns out to be the 20-minute, then I guess we'll do the landscape on Thursday night. Like I said, we're going to be loose. We're going to be loose and roll with it. We're going to be loose and roll with
we're
it.
gonna have fun.
Right? Are we really in that much control? I don't know. I don't know. All right. So I did get the right video loaded.
Minus the fact he doesn't know how to work a timer.
What does that mean?
It's 13 minutes in.
Yeah, well,
That's 3 minutes over, dude.
I'm juggling a lot of things here. Juggling a lot of
Cute.
things.
You get lost in the time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so Izzy wants me to change the picture. All
I'm
right.
just
So
saying.
what are we drawing here? We're drawing the lake. Uncle Wes's lake house. Uncle Wes's lake house and Uncle Wes's photograph.
He has very pretty land.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I don't think he's on the internet much, so Or else I would have tagged him and brought him over here.
Is that the one with the sunset? When it's not black and white?
Yeah, well, there's one of them with the sunset. Yeah, beautiful sunset colors. Right, and I love the glow of the light. Just like our tree up front is darkest, then the glow of these lights will be the lightest thing in there. Right, so the most will be near, and the least will be far away. So the most lightest light and the most dark or darkest dark will both be in the foreground. And then as we go back into space, it won't quite be so light and it won't quite be so dark. And that's just the way we roll. How come you ain't rolling, man?
Because I get to enjoy the beauty.
Oh my God. Oh, that was brutal. That was brutal. I don't know. Did she get a hall pass for that one? I don't know. Oh, you're too smart for your own good, kid.
I am.
All right. Well, I hope the rest of you guys are drawing. Have a little more discipline than Izzy here.
It's not that I'm not disciplined.
It's that you're
It's
clever.
that, yes.
You're substituting your cleverness for work. For your walk in the woods.
Babe.
Hey, Claudia.
Hi, Claudia.
Claudia
Hi.
made it. Glad you made it. Yes, it'll be here for later. You can just hang out for now. We're all good. So it's 2 minutes tonight, and we just finished our little orangutan. And
Two
for
10 minutes.
Thursday, what did I say?
Two minutes.
Oh, okay, yeah, 2 10-minute poses or sketches. And then for Thursday, you guys will have to let me know orangutan or landscape. If I remember right from Tuesday, there was actually 2 landscapes to 1 George. So I'm putting it on you. I make all the decisions. It's time for you guys to make a couple of decisions here. So you guys will have to decide on what we see on Thursday. What we see, what we sketch. I think I went on about it on Sunday, but I freaking love trees. Man, I have like severe allergies, so it's very difficult for me to get outside. I would just probably go and sit and sketch trees all day for the rest of my life. And poor Izzy, she'd probably be hungry and her clothes would be tattered.
Thank you.
Orangutan, what did I say? Was I saying something else?
No.
Oh.
I was just. When you watch the tape, you'll understand.
What did Dad say?
No, I
No,
I
no,
misread.
no.
I'm
You didn't
multitasking.
say anything.
I
It
saw
was me.
I saw Susan's content and I thought I called it something other than orangutan.
Oh.
Like she was saying, "Duh, Jason, it's an orangutan." But what she's saying is, I
Yeah,
think
she wants to draw it.
right.
Oh, ha! I get it.
I'm sorry, Susan. It takes him sometimes a while to catch on.
It does. Words are not my primary mode of thinking.
Are you kidding me?
I no, I'm not
You
kidding.
speak so many words a day, and long ones.
Well, vocabulary, I enjoy vocabulary,
You
but I
love
do not think
vocabulary.
linguistically or verbally linguistically.
Again with the words.
Well, that's why I got you here. Just keep me in the real world there, kid.
See, Susan likes me.
Susan loves you. You kidding me? We all love you, Izzy. We all love you. Boom, boom, boom. So I can think in words, but words are a very long commute for me. It's a long processing. It takes up much of my GPU And so after somebody speaks, I sit there with a dumb look on my face for about 17 seconds until I figure out what was actually said. And by that time, they're on next to the third comment, so I'm already behind. So,
Long word.
yep. And there's a long explanation why I'm not much of a social creature.
He's my indoor cat.
Yeah. Something like that. Anyway, back to the drawing.
After we talk about your social life.
Yeah, after we talk about my social inadequacies. Well, let's move back to my strengths. Oh, brother. Oh, Susan's asking if I can take something about for my trees. The sad thing is I take so much something right now, and that just makes me okay for being inside all the time. It's kind of ridiculous because I grew up outside. I mowed lawns starting in I think it was third grade. That's what I did for work, and in my 30s I developed allergies. So it is what it is right now, and I get to draw and paint. Who needs TV? That's right. Who needs TV? We got a computer screen.
Studio.
Wow, man.
I'm just thinking about.
If we had a liquor cabinet, I would have thunk you got in the liquor cabinet tonight.
Well, no, I was just thinking about he has this really strong medicine that he uses when he has to go outdoors, and he calls it his nose whiskey.
Oh, I have to use that every day. Yes. I have a few little nose sprays, and they kind of burn when they go up, and so I call it nose whiskey.
His face is.
All right. So, what else about my personal life would you guys like to know here when we're on that? Izzy's happy to share. Wow. Oh, goodness. I think I'm ready to sit in the chair back there, and we'll let Izzy and Cindy come forward. Oh, man.
Oh, we're both really punchy.
All right, Claudia. Have a good night.
Hi, Claudia.
Don't be sorry.
Thanks for joining.
We'll see you next time. So my idea is that we got that big dark getting weaker and weaker in the smaller branches and pointing down into the weak upper little tiny branches of the trees in the distance, and then those trees come down right as those notes get a little stronger. So I really am still thinking very, very abstractly about this, and I'm kind of looking at where do I want these limbs that fall down, the placement. So, but again, even 10 minutes, that's not a very long time to make some of these decisions. But the thing is it's just to get you to working so you're not frozen up. You're not frozen up. We're loosening up, staying loose. Maybe not quite as loose as Izzy, but we want to stay loose.
What was
Such a goofball.
What was that?
I don't know. Sounded like a mix between me laughing and really whining.
All right, so we're coming down to the last minute or so of this sketch. And see, and then when I have the mass, I can come in here and there and pick up the edge, but I don't want like a solid, steady, straight line. That's generally not how trees grow. So working on line quality and differences. For non-artists, it's kind of a surprise how difficult it is to make different kinds of marks. In my classes, I call it we're fence builders.
We like to build things in certain ways.
Yeah, we want to do kind of the same thing over and over and over and over and over.
But that is not what happens in art.
That is not what happens in art. Man, I need a mute button on you. All right, let's go. Let's get some quick review and call it a night. All right, so let's come backwards here. All right, so I just accentuated the movement. Got the lights of the near lights with some of the distant light back there. Darken the tree. Right, so there's that dark tree coming around, and then coming up there, and they're going to meet with some gray there in the middle. Okay, so that's the big idea. And then we're just going to play that out for our cute baby orangutan. We just developed a little bit of the form here today. All right, a little bit at a time. Notice I don't necessarily finish any one thing. All right, but the eyes are important, so I take those kind of the furthest, darkest dark, lightest light there. And then everything else I'm going to try to make a little bit less than the light, than the eyes. Right, so that they have a good focus. Okay, and that is that. So we hope you guys had a nice little sketch break tonight. Something different. I know we could all use it. Always feel free to go back. These will be here up on the page. Just a few minutes after we're done recording, they usually pop up. And within a half hour, an hour, they're usually up on our YouTube channel at the Meyer Studio, so you can catch them over there as well. We will be back. When will we be back? Thursday. We'll be back Thursday. Susan loves it. I'll be back. They have things they do.
I have dance.
Wow. Okay.
Theater dance.
Theater dance. So Izzy and Cindy will be there, and then I'll be back here. Until then, we
Bye,
love you guys.
guys.
Thanks for showing up.
Bye.
And we'll see you guys again soon. Bye, everybody.